after photos. And so that makes Nerium a unique product because it doesn't require explanation. So that's huge. Number two, it's a very simple product line. There's only one night cream, one day cream, one eye cream for all skin types, all age ranges. And so I believe that makes Nerium unique in that you don't have to have multiple SKUs. One of the greatest challenges, especially for smaller businesses, whether it's in skincare products, hair care products, is that it's very easy to have a lot of money tied up in inventory sitting on shelves. And then when your client comes in to purchase something, the one thing they want to purchase is the one thing you don't have that day. And meanwhile, you can't get rid of fast enough items that are taking up shelf space, but also taking up your inventory budget. So with Nerium, I'm going to talk about how we recommend people move product within a retail type practice typically. And what you'll see is that you should not have your own income tied up in inventory at any moment in time. And so that in and of itself makes Nerium unique. And so, number one, it's a photo-driven business. Number two, it's very few SKUs. And number three, you don't have to be an expert in skin to represent the products. However, this product definitely appeals to people and gains the approval of people who are experts in skin. So it's a really interesting range of people that are good candidates for representing this product. If you don't know anything about skin, you don't need to. All you need to know is how to apply this product, take a good photo, and move it into the marketplace for people. If you are in the business of skin, you'll note that there are some unique things to Nerium. Some unique things such as not only is it a simple product line that you just simply use at night, but that people are going to notice changes much quicker than with typical skincare lines. So with typical skincare lines, it can take weeks before changes are evident. With Nerium, within days, people notice changes to the texture of their skin and the feel of their skin. Obviously can be documented in photos, so that's very, very important. But the other part that I particularly like, I do live in Texas, and I know that I've been in skin a long time, but don't be mad. I do like to get a little bit of sun now and again. And so one of the things I've loved about Nerium is that it does not increase your sun sensitivity. And so that's a big selling feature because many of the people that are representing and using these products are doing it because they're trying to combat sun damage. So I think that that's very important. So that's what I feel like makes Nerium a great product in a salon setting. I'm going to talk about how people integrate it, and then I've also invited on the line my friend Linda Miller out of Northern California, who is actually a stylist, and her salon owner friend Eleanor actually have had a very successful business with Nerium right there in their salon. So I'll let her share her experience and how she integrated it in her business. But just to give you a real simple overview of how it works, all you need to do to begin representing this product is once you get started with a starter pack and some inventory, definitely have it available in the salon. But then you want to make sure you have a lot of visual assets available on hand for people to see the results from this product from sitting right there in their chair. So you do have a dedicated, I should say, a focused audience sitting in that chair for anywhere from 30 minutes to 2 hours. It's a great time to be able to introduce them to before and after photos of what these products do. And we have some incredible videos as well that can be running on loop on televisions and waiting areas and in the salon. So that's really great. And that will always spark conversation. So number one, you'll want to have the visual assets. Number two, you want to have champions for the product in the salon. What I mean by that is if you had zero marketing materials, zero before and after photos, but all you had was a stylist or an esthetician or some kind of a technician or assistant that had they themselves received amazing benefits and results on this product, that's all you really need. And that right there is contagious. In fact, I don't want to steal her thunder, but I know in Linda's particular case, somebody walked in off the street, started a conversation with her, and gave her a bottle of Nerium. And after being on the product for maybe a week or two, her clients began commenting. They could see it on her skin. And she hadn't even yet attributed the changes that she was seeing to the product until time and time again, people said, "What have you done?" And that's when she realized, oh my gosh, it's this cream. She was so genuinely just excited. She had no marketing tools on hand. We didn't have a big fancy display. She was just excited about her own personal results. And in her first week with Nerium, got 12 customers. That's pretty fantastic. They don't do skin at all in their salon. So this is not a product category that they typically sell. And so that just shows you the power of passionate users of the product. So I would say that in every situation, in some cases, you have the owner of the salon that's become a Nerium brand partner. And in that case, consider it an investment in your business to get each person there with clients and chairs to use this product for 1 to 2 weeks and begin building a before and after photo gallery of the people right in your salon. And Linda can tell you how she does that. But when you can pull open either a photo album or a digital album and say, this is, Jose over there. This is his before and after picture. This is Michelle's before and after picture. She's right over there. This is Cindy's before and after picture, who runs our front desk. This is my before and after picture as the owner. I'm going to tell you, if the people standing in there are the ones that you got the photo on, whether it's of the eye cream, the face, or the body contouring, the validation is so overwhelming. It's compelling. When people have an issue with buying our product, or it's a price issue. Price issue is never the price itself. It's value related. When people highly value something, they are willing to pay more for it. In the world of skincare, you can buy a product as cheap as $7, buy a product as cheap as $7,000. They both go on your skin. So what's the difference? It's called value. And so our product is definitely priced extremely conservatively for what it does. In my opinion, we could sell it for $300 or $400. And so it's a really phenomenal price point. But if there's ever a challenge in price, it has to do with the belief level within the salon. And so the best investment you can make in having a successful Nerium business in a salon is getting the buy-in of others that are there every single day, seeing those clients, getting them excited about using the product themselves and getting results, and starting the conversation with their results. So that's my advice on really integrating it into a business of that kind. What I'd like to do, because I know her time is valuable, is I'd like to actually hand it over to Linda, because after you get the buy-in in the salon, the next step is how do you start a dialogue with a client in a way that's comfortable and a natural part of what you're doing each and every day. So Linda, thank you so much for hopping on.
Sure.
Yeah, well, take it away, friend.
I'll try. You guys aren't in my salon chair here, but I actually, like Monica said, I loved the product. I loved what it did, and people actually noticed it. And as hairdressers, we work in front of a mirror all day. So we look at ourselves all day. So when we look at ourselves, we're like, oh, how do I look today? And I put a picture of myself on my station, and now I put a bottle of, the serum for the eye, and I say, try me. And I'll go and mix their color. And my client, I'll catch them. They're like, oh, let me see. What's it going to do? And then I don't say anything, and I just start doing my stuff with them. And I said, oh, hey, did you see my new product for Nerium right now? And they're like, yeah, we did. I tried it. I said, oh, you did? Let me see. And they're like, yeah, I think I noticed a difference. So we don't make a big deal out of it. We just kind of let it go and let them fill it out. And then before they're done, I'm like, oh my gosh, look at your eye. And I only let them put it on one eye, and they're like, well, can I do the other one before I leave? And I'm like, sure, and so then that kind of introduces them. Sometimes they want to buy it, sometimes they don't. Most of the case, out of 10, probably 8 of them end up buying it. And then other times I don't really, if it's a new customer, they'll see our pictures, they'll see our sign. We have a big poster sign in front of our window that says, with the eye serum, come in and try me. And people will stop and say, hey, is that Vitalash? I'm like, oh no, babe, it's better than Vitalash. The Vitalash that grows your eyelashes that all of us salons have carried. So they come in and they try it on. They're like, oh my gosh. And so then we either have it on hand. We say, you can take this one now and, you know, let us fill out an application. We have lots of applications, and they fill it out and they go, oh, I don't know if I want my credit card out there. We're like, okay, well, let me get my iPad. We can do it right now. And then you know that it's, you know, secure. We usually use their email as their username. I don't know if that's what you guys do, but that's what we do. And as hairdressers, our customers want us to take care of them, right? They want us to call them when their appointment is. They want us to make appointments for them. They want us to follow up. So I follow up with them and say, hey, how's it going? You know, sometimes I get a 3-way call on them. Sometimes they're like, oh, I'm not seeing a difference. I said, well, when you come back in, let's take another picture. And if they're using the night and day or just the night, I always have them like at least try it for 90 days. I have this one particular lady, she's Italian, beautiful lady, but she was a hairdresser and she's got like the major crow feet right here at the 11, really deep. She goes, leave my bangs long. I don't want to see that. You know how that is, how women are. And we took her picture and I said, Janice, just try it for 90 days. And she goes, okay, well, don't show anybody the pictures that I took of her because they were not good. And I said, no worry. There are my phone, nobody's going to send them. So when she came back, like within 8 weeks, she's like, I don't really see a difference. I'm like, I really see a difference, Chance. Let's just take another picture. We got almost the same lighting. We did the same picture. I put them together and I emailed them to her. And she was like, okay, I think I'm convinced. I said, really? Because you could totally see the lines right here. She's like over 75. You could see the lines. She goes, well, my friends aren't noticing. I said, well, yeah, they're not going to notice because you're not saying anything, first of all. Second of all, they know that you're looking probably really good, and they're getting jealous because women are jealous of other women that look beautiful. And if we're not secure with ourselves, so now people will ask me, how old are you? You can't have a mother 85. You can't have kids that are 25. And I said, I know. And I tell them, check it out. Just check it out. And I tell them I'm 58. And they're just like, wait, what? And I'm like, yeah, 2 years of one product. And now we have more. And they now ask me, oh, what is all this? I had a new client come in that had 3 kids. And she wanted to, see, there's my before and after. That's what they look at. And everybody says I should take another one now, because it's even better. Even my 23-year-old daughter loves it. My husband loves it. We all love it. But now we have people after 1.5 years later coming back going, we've been watching you and Eleanor, who's the owner of the salon, who's a partner of mine. And they're like, your skin is looking amazing. She just had her 25th plus 26 years anniversary. And the girls that were in her wedding were there that worked with her from, 37 years ago, we've been hairdressers. I mean, long time. And they're like, you look the same, Ellie, as you did when you got married. And your mother, who's 85, looks amazing. Are you guys all using this Nerium? And we're like, oh, yes, sweetheart. We're using Nerium. It's one product at night, not a bunch of stuff. It's easy what people like. So we just share the stories. And when we meet people coming in, we don't right away go, oh, hey, have you tried Nerium? Have you heard of Nerium? We get to know them. We bring it in slowly. And before you know it, they're like, your skin is so pretty. What do you use? Or if you know that they take care of their skin. And then I usually have one on hand, and I put it on their hand with water. I put it on my hand first so they can scent it, and I put it, like, hey, smell it. And they go, ooh. And then I take it and I rub it on my neck. I go, yeah, I rub it on my neck all day. And they're like, your neck looks amazing. I go, right? Doesn't that look pretty good? I mean, like, I used to be a sun babe. I mean, I love being out in the sun. And they just can't believe my neck, right? So they're like, so this would help my neck? Oh, honey, it will help a lot of things. And we're not lying, because it really does. And I said, you try it. So I use our bottles, me and my husband, for like 2 weeks. And I take it, and he goes, hey, what happened to the bottle? I said, it's going to work. And I keep it in my shelf. I clean it all up, but I keep it in my shelf. And if I know that they are interested, and they usually, everyone is. Do not judge. Every one of them from, one of my clients her son was getting married and gray hair. I didn't think, she's not going to want it. She goes, well, what is this stuff? And I put it on her eye. She says, really? That really worked? And it did. It filled out the wrinkles under her eye. So she's like, well, how long does it take for this to work? My son's getting married in 6 months. I'm like, oh, you got to use it. Just get it. So she ordered it right away. And she gets it and she emails me and we, change things around. If she doesn't need it, you can delay it. So we're their customer service, which is, it's a little more work, but I feel like I have control of my business then. They're happy, I'm happy, so we want to control it for them. And then, you can ask them if they want to host a party. We host a lot of parties at the salon. So we're like, if it's easier, bring them here. We got wine, we got, mimosas, whatever you like, and they bring their friends and it's really fun. One time Monica came out and we had the owner has a marquee car. It's purple. It's beautiful. Her kids went crazy over it. He plays music like Santana. We had people from the restaurant. We had everybody coming up because he parked his car where we're not supposed to bring cars in, but they allowed him to. And he's playing his electric guitar like Santana, and he wrote a song, Nerium Woman, like Black Magic Woman, but he called it Nerium Woman. And we had the place hopping. It's so fun. And as hard as we work, I tell them it's helped with my residual income. I have ladies that are real estate and they're like, so how's this working for you, Linda? Are you saving? I'm like, I said, I really love it. My dream is to work way less, which I have cut back. I used to work till 9 o'clock at night. I get off now sometimes like at 3:30, and I go and prospect outside of the salon. I go to coffee shops. We go to parking lots like Marshall's parking lot. Everybody's looking for a great deal. And we just sample ice serum. And I love what it does. And I love sharing. We share so many wonderful things. And they're like, I can't believe that's working. Or, oh, here, try it on my mom. She's got more wrinkles than I do, And I said, well, my daughter's 23. She's got dark circles. She's loving it. So they come to us for a serious representation of what we believe in, and they trust us. And you have to trust yourself. You have to trust that the product works. You have to use the product, and it's been fun. I love it. I want to retire with it. I mean, I could work all day and come home and be on a 3-way call, and I'm all like excited again. I'm like, oh man, I could do a couple highlights right now, but I don't have to. But you get so excited. So it is really, really fun. It's my dream. I've never done anything like this, ever. And, I'm not very good with computers, and Monica can vouch for that. But I've learned, and I learn a little bit every time I can do it. I like this Zoom. I was surprised I could do this, but I've done it a few times. So,
you did it great.
But I don't like talking in front of people unless they're in my chair. So you guys are lucky because I didn't even get like choked up. No. So anyway, if you guys are doing this business, I'm telling you, you've got a great audience. And then when people call in, we don't have a secretary that does our receptionist, so we do them ourselves. So I have the magazine on our table. We have magazines where all our stations are for blow drying or sitting and processing. And then we also, whenever we make an appointment, and I don't have to really take new customers anymore because of my Nerium business. But I'm like, ooh, a new one coming in the door. Like, okay, what are we going to do? And so I'll make that appointment. It's like, Julie has time for you, blah, blah, blah. And I will ask the hairdresser because not everybody is doing it yet. So I will ask Julie, hey, Julie, this new client that I gave you, do you mind if I maybe share the Nerium with her? And she's, oh yeah, go for it. Whatever, it's cool. So, after a few minutes and they've done their consultation and she's just sitting there having her tea or her coffee, I'll say, oh, by the way, have you ever heard of Nerium? Or I'll back up. First I say, oh, I'm so glad you got in for your appointment, Lindsay. I'm glad this worked out. She's, oh, are you Linda? You helped me? Yeah. I'm like, oh yeah, thanks. And I'll walk away and I'll come back. Their station's right next to me. So I kind of come back, release, okay, let's fill it out. And I fill it out because we know how people are. And then I give her my picture and I says, hey, have you ever heard of this Nerium? It's a really awesome product. I said, this is my before, and I flip it. So on the first page, on the first poster that we have, It's in a, like a, like one of those binder, plastic cans. And it has a lot of things like the firm and the EHT and all these different things. And I flip it and it has my big picture. I used to be embarrassed of it. Now I'm not, because it's making money for me. So I flip it and I say, well, this is actually my before and picture, so that you know that these are real people. These are clients. These are our friends. And she's like, whoa, really? How's that work? And I said, well, let me sample it on your hand, and then I'll do it on mine, and she'll touch it and she'll put it on hers. And she's like, oh yeah. And I said, and I'll explain. I get their cell number and their email, and either I'll let them take the bottle home and try it. And sometimes they'll bring it back and say, oh, I just didn't use it, or blah, blah, blah. Or, they'll take it and say, oh my gosh, yes. Okay. I want, this, this, and this. Our salon is right across from a nail salon, but it's one of those, walk-in nail salon places. So sometimes the people will come over from there and they'll buy like Pureology from us or something. And then I will write them up and stuff. And we always have our cards right there by the desk. And I say, oh, by the way, have you even heard this other stuff, Nerium? She's, no, what's this? And then I'll do the same thing. Well, she's walking out with a bottle of night cream, plus she's got Pureology, so I'm not hurting the salon business. And then I'll send her a video, like, here, how you use it. She was going to meet her kids down in San Luis Obispo for, a weekend with the girls. I said, oh my gosh, here, borrow my eye serum. You got to use my eye serum and put it on your daughters. You guys will love it. And so I send her with that. And then real quick, she came back. She bought the night, the day, 2 eye serums to give one to her daughter. And she's like, oh, I don't want to be on this auto. And I said, oh, no worry. But you know what? You get better price. I will control it for you. I will check in for you before your order will be shipped out. We can delay it. We can cancel it, whatever you prefer. I said, but, this is totally simple way to do it. The best price for you. And I get the credit. They always want to help you, especially if you're, kind. Who doesn't want to help a kind person? So, they help you out, and it's fun. It's really fun.
Linda, what I'd love to do now is kind of open it up to some Q&A if you have questions about how to integrate it or anything very specific about that. So you can actually touch your screen and unmute. You can also type a message into the chat if you feel more comfortable doing that. So why don't you guys go ahead and either unmute or type a question in the chat.
Do I unmute? Or am I? You're good. Okay.
You're unmuted, rather. You're good. Okay. Are there any questions?
Was that good? Really? No.
Okay, Molly.
I have one, Linda. Would you mind talking to any of the other salon owners? Or
not at all. No, I would love to. Yeah, no, I would love to. You can write down my number. It's area code 831.
Okay.
207.
All right.
7909. And if you ever just want to do a 3-way with another customer or a hairdresser or anybody, feel free to call me, because we're all family.
Okay.
And I love being a hairdresser, but this is like, we're so much more connected. I mean, there's so many other hairdressers that I connect with and work with that it's really, really fun.
Okay.
So whatever you need. Anybody else? I was really, wow, Monica, are you proud? No. I'm all silly.
Hi, Linda, I have a question. I have a new salon owner. She's very excited about Nerium. She's enjoying her own results with it, but it's a nail salon. They have some chairs that they do hair in, but it's primarily nail. And so my issue is there's another skincare line in there, and I've asked her before, is this a conflict? And she says, no, this is no conflict. She says, no, I'm going to do what I want to do. And I said, I know. So we have Nerium in there, and I've kind of set it up with some, a bowl where people can put their names and email addresses, and I'm checking in. We're going to do the reel so that people can see the video when they're in the pedicure room. My issue is I went in there the other day, and that other person, there's an esthetician in there who knows about Nerium because she has worked in a salon that's somebody on my team. So it's kind of a weird situation.